from the bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
The Popo outside. I say the Popo is outside.
Hey.
What's going down, gamblers around the world? It's the coach here representing Brothas N Bets. And I am the coach, and we are here on a very special Wednesday afternoon. And I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Marley Betts. Marley, how you feeling today? I'm going to let you go ahead. Extend it. How you feeling today? Let me go peep, make sure my dogs didn't break out real quick.
Hey, all right, what's going on? Shit. I feel good, I guess. I'm talking to myself and the people that's out there. Same old shit, man. I feel like we've been missing for a minute, so we have to come in on this little Wednesday early time. Get it in real quick. We missed out yesterday on our normal time frame, so, you know, feel all right. We got to bounce back after that weekend we had.
Yeah. It, a lot of stuff has been going on. T.I. beefing with Charleston White.
Funny. That is funny. Don't play with me, man.
Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams. He getting a misdemeanor assault charge.
Draymond Green knocking out
midterm. Yeah. Super punching his teammates, the Young Bucks. I mean,
I seen a meme.
It's just.
I seen a meme today that was saying Tom Brady left his family for greatness. This nigga really think he Goku.
and since we speaking of the GOAT, shit, we got motherfucking AB. He out here posting pictures of people, women who going through the world. The world is spinning. The axis used to be like this, Marley.
AB is a sad.
And now it's starting to turn. Over the years, it's been turning, and as it turns, people chemically become unbalanced. And if you were already unbalanced before the axis started turning, you out of there. So, but hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That's Marley Betts. Super punching. What up, sports gambler? Yes, sir. We talking about super punching. He bam. I'm like, come on, bro. You don't do the youngsters. It would have been more embarrassing, Marley, if he would have slapped him.
Yeah, if that's your boy,
it would have been way more embarrassing if he would have just slapped him. Man, let me slap the piss out this little young.
He punched the shit out of him.
But this, and he caught him. If he don't catch him, he's feet buckled, Bambi.
He caught him. Yeah,
we looking at pool like this. So you notice the media, right? The media has been doing nothing but showcasing Poole in these preseason games to try to erase that, bro. Like, I'm just like, all right. But if you look at the comments, everybody going in. But anywho, Popo reversing. See, it's a bunch of it's crazy over here, but it's going down. Anywho, man. But let's jump right in it. So today we got a very special show. We're going to be covering the NFL and college football. Kind of do a little double whammy to get this show completed and sent out so everybody can have their plays. Also, be sure to catch us on our shorts as well. So let's kind of get this thing jumping. Shout out to the Astros. Hello the way to come back last week. Marley got the Stafford Cobras. It's kind of looking like the Shadow Creek.
No. We Stafford Cobras, bro. Don't do that.
They look like the creek, but I see the little bit of orange. I see just a little bit of the orange.
It's outlined.
But anywho,
don't do that.
Yeah. I see the little bit. Let's kind of jump right into this. This is our Friday night game. We got the Baylor Bears taking on the West Virginia Mountaineers. This game's going down 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Field in West Virginia. The Baylor Bears 3-2 on the year, 3-2 against the spread, while the Mountaineers are 2-3 on the year, but 3-2 against the spread as well. This total did open up at 55. Right now, that line's at 54. As a consensus, there are some lines out there if you're trying to get it at a better line. The total did open up at 3.5, and there hasn't been any movement, but best believe there's going to be movement come Thursday night after the NFL on this game. Let me get down to my actual Factuals real quick. For the Baylor Bears, they're 13-5 against the spread in the last 18 games and unders hit 7 on the last 10. They are 8-2 straight up in the last 10 games, but 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games when they play against West Virginia. 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games whenever they play on the road against West Virginia. They're also 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games when playing against a Big 12 conference opponent. West Virginia, their actual factions 2-4 straight up in the last 6 games there, but they're 10-3 straight up in the last 13 at the crib. Like I said, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games against Baylor, but 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games against a Big 12 conference opponent. The under has hit 8 out of the last 11 games whenever West Virginia plays in week 11. Injury reports right now for Baylor. Tay McWilliams, he is questionable for this game, and we already know Charlie Woods and CJ Donaldson, the cornerback and tight end, they are out for this game against the Baylor Bears. Excuse me. I know I said Thursday. These are actually Friday night games. I know I said Thursday, Friday night game. This is actually a Thursday night game. Let me take that back. Anywho, last time we seen Baylor, they lost 36-25 against Oklahoma State. And the last time we seen West Virginia, they lost 38-20 against Texas. So, Baylor, West Virginia, Marley, do you have a play for this one?
Not nothing official. I feel like the public is going to be all over Baylor, right? Because you got at least a used to be ranked team, highly favored team going into West Virginia. They're 0-2 in the conference, but to me, this like got West Virginia spot play written like all over it. Night game Thursday. I like the total, if anything, to go over 54. West Virginia is averaging 38 points a game, I believe. Yeah, 38 points a game. Baylor is averaging at 37. Now we expect Baylor to be defensively, obviously, a little bit better, but West Virginia they put up 20 against Texas, 33 on West Virginia's. I'm not going to count the Townsend at 65, but 42 in a loss to Kentucky and 31 in a loss to Pitt. So this team can score. I like the total to go over 54, and I'm going to lean. I don't think Baylor QB trash, but he not the best. I mean, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. QBR is at 66.1. So he's not. I won't call him trash though. But what's up, I like the total over 54. I lean West Virginia with the points. Honestly, it's not nothing. I'm not going to get to the window with that play, but I do like the total over 54. I said this before. My bad. I said this before we did this show, and I said this when we broke down the Big 12. West Virginia sneakily is a tough place to play, especially at night. Ain't shit going on in West Virginia. Everybody gonna be at the game. So prime time spot.
Shout out to
feels West Virginia to me.
Man, shout out to Erica Fontenot. God damn. If y'all don't know who that is, go look her up on Instagram. I don't follow too many Instagram models. She was a gymnast at West Virginia. God damn, boy. Anywho, with that being said, I got to ride with the team for the Texans, and I'm going to buy the point and bring it down to a field goal. Here's why. West Virginia, they live all day on the ground. They love to ground and pound. They do got shifty running backs. They do got a lot of players from Florida. But that falls their style of offense and the scheme falls right into what Baylor loves to defend. All right, we're talking about a team that typically week in and week out is preparing to defend the pass. West Virginia is just probably 65-35 run heavy. So I think, with the guys that they do have on the defensive side of the ball and the playmakers that they do have on the offensive side of the ball, I do think Baylor can cover this. So give me Baylor. I'm going to buy the points minus the 3. Wait a minute. What happened?
Jay always looking at that too.
She fine. Go to Twitter. Go to the IG. Let me. He found her. Let me know if he found her. I'm gonna show the people. God damn it. God damn, I'm gonna show the people. And it's all natural too, boy. It's all national. Fontaine.
What's her name? What you say her name was?
Eric, right here, boy. See that, boy? Go check out, fellas. That bitch thinks she live. She ain't following nobody. Excuse my language. She's feeling herself now. She was just all over everybody, you know what I'm saying? And now she trying to West Virginia gymnast. Oh my goodness. Hit the likes for her one time. Tell her the coach sent her. Tell her when our shit pop off and we get on ESPN, that's it. That's me. That's all me, big dog.
You got it. You know, I'm partial to that. She's too bright for you, boy.
Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Don Player, what's up, baby? Hey, we out here wilding. It's early it's early. We getting our early session. Marley's fine. I gotta go back to work, so I'll be lit a little bit later watching these games. And we do got college football coming on later today. But with that being said, let's get it going. We going up north for some Big Ten action. We talking about Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the Michigan Wolverines. Top 10 action. Penn State 5-0 on the year, 3-2 against the spread, while the Michigan Wolverines are 6-0 on the year, 3-3 against the spread. This line did open up in favor of Michigan minus 7.5. Then it's gone down to 6.5. Now it's back up to 7. The total opened up at 50.5. Right now that line is sitting at 52, but there are some 51.5. So the line probably dropped while we started shooting this show. Real quick, let me get to these actual factuals real quick, and let's start off with Penn State with my boy James Franklin. The under has hit 12 out of the last 18 games for Penn State. They are 5-0 in the last 5 games, but 2-6 in the last 8 games against Michigan against the spread. 7-13 against the straight up in the last 20 games against Michigan, but 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games whenever they play on the road. Michigan Wolverines, they're 14-6 against the spread in the last 20 games. They're under 6 out of the last 7 games for the Wolverines. They are 6-0 straight up in the last 6 games, 11-0 in the last 11 games at the crib. The unders also hit 5 out of the last 6 games whenever they playing at the crib against Penn State. So, I mean, it's looking like an under game. But they are also 8-0 straight up in the last 8 games against an opponent from the Big Ten Conference. Injury reports right now, there are a lot of questions right now for Penn State. Smith Gilbert, defensive end, he's questionable. Keandre Lambert-Smith, wide receiver, he's questionable as well. Kiaza Izar, defensive end for Penn State, is questionable. And Jerry Cross, the tight end, is questionable as well. For Michigan, Eric All, tight end, he's questionable for this game. Carson Barnhart, offensive lineman, he's questionable for this game. Trent Jones, offensive lineman, he was injured last game with an ankle injury, so he is questionable. As well as linebacker Hill Green, he's questionable, and Roman Wilson, he's questionable at the wide receiver position as well. Penn State, last time we seen them on October 1st, they won 17-7, so they're coming off a bye week. And Michigan struggled a little bit in the last 2 games, but they did take off in the second half, 31-10 against Indiana. So with that being said, Marley, what's the play on this? You going James Franklin, Jim Harbaugh, or you looking at that under? What's the word?
This is tough. And I'm not a Harbaugh fan, but I made money with Michigan this year, honestly. But I feel like they haven't really been tested yet. Or at least if you want to say the teams that they have been tested, I don't really think much of people do. You can say the Maryland and Iowa games, and Maryland only lost by a touchdown. And I think this Penn State team is better than Maryland. I think they're better than Iowa. Iowa lost by 13, I believe. I like this Penn State team. I like your boy Franklin. I think he's a good coach. Sean Clifford, he's not the best quarterback, but what I do like about him is like he's a leader, and Penn State football team follows him, and he's tough. I've seen that kid get hit, make some throws, come back, stand, get right back up, get hit again. Like I like this Penn State team. And I haven't even talked about the freshman Nicholson yet. Nicholson, is I saying that right? Nicholson? I don't know. Number 10.
It's 3 studs, but
I'm
10
specifically talking about 10, though. Boy, averaging 7.3 yards a carry. I like the points, man. Give me Penn State plus the 7. I'm not sure if they win. I don't know that, but I think they can cover. I think they can go into Penn State. I mean, into Ann Arbor, into Michigan, and they're capable of beating this Wolverine team. However, I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna take the 7. I like the touchdown. I think it's a bit too much when Michigan has stepped up in competition against a Maryland team that got some offensive firepower. They kept it close. Iowa, who can't score, although they did go down by 13, that's more of a problem with their offense versus the fact that Michigan shut them down. And of course, they're going to dominate Indiana. So I like this Penn State team. They went on the road and throttled Auburn, but we know Auburn ain't really shit. So, but give me the 7. All right, coach. Gonna come right back in. Something going on. But give me the 7. Yeah, sports gamble. I'm with you. Penn State plus 7 all day. Yeah, I like that too. Tease, what's going down, big dog? What you talking about? You like to show the brother some love. Hell yeah, show us some love. Appreciate that, big Tease. She bad though. She packing that 5. Yeah, she nice. She nice. She got a 5 head. Oh, that's what y'all talking about, though. Yeah, that hoe is. I noticed it too. I don't want to talk bad about the hoe bad, so I always say like give her props. Though.
Yo, who you talking about?
Your girl.
Can you hear me? Mic check.
Yeah, you good? You clear?
You
I like Penn State plus.
Who you talking about?
We talk about your
who
girl.
You talking about?
Say she got a big forehead.
I mean, that's because that style. She got it all slid back, but you know, hey man, hey.
No, that's not why her head is big. That's allowing us to see that her head is big.
Oh, I apologize, peoples. Hey, say man, I ain't finna give her no more pub. I'm gonna keep that secret to myself. Hey, listen here. So you like Penn State plus the points?
I like Penn State plus the points, dog.
All right, man. I'm right there with you, man. I like Franklin. I think their defense, the way they play, can be able to make this a very interesting game. They do got some dogs. I think they can spread it out and be a little bit more balanced with their offense and attack them. And we're talking about a 5-year starter. I like Franklin. Now, they don't do good in these big matchups on the road, but I think they can do good enough to cover the 7. So I'm riding with Penn State plus the points. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That's Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets. Be sure to tune in to us next week. We're probably changing a little bit things up. Be sure to catch our cut-ups. Be sure to catch our shorts, too, for some games that we may see that we don't advertise or talk about on these shows. But with that being said, we coming down south. This a big matchup. This your Bama boys going up against. I think this was both of our dark horses, right? We both said Tennessee, huh?
Yeah, because Bama is not my boys. Bama just has been the best team in the SEC the last couple of years. They're SBO's boys,
right? But
y'all just put every team in the
Tennessee
SEC.
Was our. Nah, we putting Bama and Georgia, and that's it. Everybody else done,
when
right?
The SEC team lose or something. No, you know what? I like to give credit. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the Pac-10 this year. From a couple of those teams. Pac-12, excuse me.
Pac-12.
So you know, I give credit. I think that this year they're in the top 3-4 conferences. I think them in the Big Ten is battling for a little bit. But
there you go. Roll Tide. But we talking about our dark horses. Timmy, you know I like Tennessee because I like Heifel. You know, I followed him since he was in Michigan. And man, they came out last week and they did their thing. So this is going to be a great game. I can't wait to watch this. This game is going down Saturday, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time in Neyland Stadium. Alabama 6-0 on the year, 4-2 against the spread, going against Tennessee, who's 5-0 on the year, 4-1 against the spread. This line did open up in favor of Bama -8. That line has moved down to 7. There are some 7.5s out there as well. And the total opened up at 65. Right now, that line's at 65.5. There are some 66 on the board as a consensus as well. Excuse me, but we're going off of our sponsor. Shout out to uwager.eu. Or LV, whatever they do it now, whatever it is now. I don't know. I got to say, so I just click on and log in. Anywho, let's get to these actual factuals real quick for Bama. 6-3 against the spread in the last 9 games. The unders hit 6 out of the last 8. They are 6-0 straight up in the last 6 games on the year. 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games against Tennessee. 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games against Tennessee. 10-1 straight up in the last 11 games on the road. I don't need to keep talking about all the action factuals. Let's get to Tennessee action factuals. 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games. The overs hit 9 out of the last 11. They are 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games. The overs also hit 7 out of the last 10 games when playing against Bama. The overs also hit 6 out of the last 6 games at the crib. And like I said, they are 1-6. The 0-7 is straight up in the last 7 games at the crib against Bama. 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games against an opponent from the West Division. So, Tennessee, Alabama. Oh, injury reports. I'm sorry. Tyler Harrell, he is questionable for this game at the wide receiver position. Bryce Young, he's questionable. We don't know what his situation is. Cedric Tillman for Tennessee, he's questionable at the wide receiver position. This was kind of Jalen McCullough, he is done for this game. He's dealing with some fucking legal issues. As well as defensive back D. Williams, he's questionable, undisclosed. Last time we seen Bama, they won on a 2-yard line against Texas A&M with a backup quarterback from Katy, Texas. Shout out to Milroy. 24-20, and Tennessee took care of business in Death Valley. They won 40-13. Alabama taking on Tennessee. Marley, what's your play?
I am going with the over. I'm gonna take the over. I like Tennessee's offense. I kind of want to take the 7, but I feel like that's going against my better football judgment. And that's that thing is bumpy because I like Tennessee, and I'm not the biggest Bama fan, but at the end of the day, I don't know if Tennessee ready to compete with Bama yet. I think they got everything as far as the coaches in the right place. I think they got the right type of quarterback. I think they run the right type of system. But I just don't think the kids are on that level just yet. I think they're still a notch behind in talent. And, you know, Tennessee's defense, although they're only giving up 17 points a game, what they finna run into Saturday is nothing like anybody they played up against. It's straight big boy football. But I do like the total. Both of these teams are averaging 40. I'm not sure. The question mark is old buddy from Katy, the backup quarterback. I don't know I don't know what he knows, how much of the playbook he knows. I don't know how the offense is technically going to look with him at the helm. Texas A&M defense is much different and much better than Tennessee's defense. So to me, the offense is kind of a question mark. You don't think so? You think Tennessee's defense is just as good as Texas A&M?
You're looking at the statistics so far this year. I know they haven't played as much
talent.
That Tennessee defense been showing. That defense been for Tennessee's been showing up. Now hold on. Hold on. Here's another thing.
Because it's my go, right?
Here's another thing. Go ahead. I was just gonna say, remember, they still had a top 10 recruiting class, not from Hypo, but the last cat. So now all these guys are upperclassmen, and you remember, everybody was trying to figure out, like, bro, where these guys coming from?
But I'm saying,
how's everybody going to Tennessee?
But like Florida,
I'm talking about from the last coach.
Yeah, I hear you. Florida put up 33. Pitt put up 27, and then what? Akron, I'm not going to count that game. They held LSU to 40. We know what's going on over there offensively. So, like, I don't know if I'm ready to say that they did. Neither one of those offenses are going to have the talent.
Mississippi State hung 40 up on A&M the other week.
I mean, that's one team with a uniquely designed offense, though. That doesn't happen week in and week out.
40 points.
It is. I mean, they do that to everybody. That's all they do. That's all what you call it does. I can't think of that nigga name. Y'all know who I'm talking about, the coach from Tech originally. That's what they do. But anyway, here nor there. I like the over. Both of these offenses are averaging 40. Tennessee is going to try to get 40 regardless. They go. So whether Alabama is trailing or ahead, they're going to have to keep pace. I mean, it's not going to change the pace of Tennessee's offense. And if anything, Alabama does get ahead. I mean, Tennessee does get ahead. It's going to force Alabama to try to keep up. So I like the over here. I lean toward the 7, but I don't know. That might be something I do in the short. That might just be because I like Tennessee, to be honest with you. But I think Bama's a better team. I just like Tennessee better.
I got you. So
what you talking about? Bryce will play. I think Tennessee. I think Alabama's better. SBO.
I think you might not have caught it. We were talking about the defenses, A&M versus Tennessee. Anywho, with Bryce Young being questionable and SBO, you over there, so you should know. He keeps saying jump out 21-0.
That's good for me if they do that.
If Bryce is playing, then I think Alabama can win this, but I mean this environment is going to be very hostile. I mean, how many road games? Is this their first SEC road game for the year for Bama?
Nah, they went to Texas and they went to Arkansas.
Well, I'm talking about SEC and SEC country.
No, they went to Arkansas.
Okay. Well, so they about to bring him out. I would not be surprised if Peyton Manning is not in the building. Now, traditionally, these are the style of offenses that give Alabama and Nick Saban fits. Think about the Ole Miss team way back in like 2014, 2015, gave them fits. Johnny Manziel and them, they get them fits. These type of teams, hurry up, snap the ball quick, thread the needle, hit them down low. Get their ass gas. These typically are the teams that give Nick Saban a fit. With that being said, if Milroy is going to play, even with Bryce coming off an injury, I think Tennessee got enough. What's that noise, man? I think with Tennessee, I got to go with the 7. I know any other time you looking at this, you like, bro, this is a gift wrap right now. Alabama this low, and typically I jump on them. But I'm going with tradition right now. I'm going with the style of offenses that typically give him a fit. And I'm going with Tennessee, who's playing some pretty good defense right now. I like that 7. I like that 7 with Tennessee. Peyton Manning, bring your big forehead ass to the game. Get the crowd crunked. And let's have a great game. I mean, I can't wait for this game. And if they beat them, boom. I mean, Bama's do a loss. Every other year they do a loss somewhere. And this one got recipe loss. And then that game against A&M, that was a tough-out game. Granted, they didn't have Bryce, but if Bryce is not there this week, that's a wrap. Tennessee might win outright. Sprinkle just a little bit of crack and then lead the scene, bro, and collect that money. But SBO, be sure to hit us on Twitter or something, man, and let us know the status of this. So, that's my play, Tennessee plus the points. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets. And we're kicking it off early. Yeah, SBL, he said, you bet not. He said, don't say better not. Say bet not. Say you bet not. All right, but let's keep this thing moving so we can get into this NFL real quick. So we're going to go real quick right here because we got about 4 games to cover before the coach got to go to football practice. We're coming back down to Texas, the greatest nation in America. Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on the TCU Horned Frogs, who have surprised everybody. These are the last 2 undefeated teams in the Big 12 Conference, so this is going to be big. This game's going down 3:30 Eastern Standard Time at Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, Texas, Funky Town. The Oklahoma State Cowboys 5-0 on the year, 3-2 against the spread. TCU 5-0 on the year, 4-0-1 against the spread, which means that's a push for everybody who don't know. This would open up -1 in favor of Tennessee, and that line has moved all the way up to 4. The total opened up at 68.5 right now. That line hasn't moved at all. It's still the same. Actual factuals real quick for the Cowboys. Let me get to my notes. The Cowboys 13-1, 13-3-1 against the spread last 17 games. The overs hit 5 out of the last 6. They are 6-0 straight up in the last 6 games, 7-0 against the spread in the last 7 games on the road, 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games when playing against a Big 12 conference opponent, and 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games in the month of October. TCU, the overs hit 6 out of the last 9 games. They are 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games. The overs also hit 4 out of the last 5 games whenever they played against Okie State. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games at the crib. 2-6-1 against spread in the last 9 games against a Big 12 conference opponent. So with that being said, Oklahoma State, TCU, Marley, what's your play?
Hey, surprise, people. I think I'm on the over. I am on the over. Put me on the over. I don't know if TCU is for real. That's really what it is at the end of the day. And I can't really bet them. I believe Oklahoma State because I like Sanders. 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, over 1,300 yards. Well, we can really say 1,400 yards. He's at 1,394. Offensive averaging 46 points a game. But TCU, man, I don't know if they're real because I do like the win at Kansas, though, because I believe Kansas is real. What do I make of Oklahoma? Like, do they suck? Y'all told me Venables was gonna go over there and change life, and he come from Clemson, that defense, and yada yada yada. You argue me down about it, so I don't know what to make sense of that. But they are putting up points like a motherfucker. 46.4 points a game. They're both averaging 46.4 points a game. 38 at Kansas, 55 on Oklahoma, 42 at SMU. Oklahoma State's doing the same thing. So they put up 36 on Baylor, 41 on Tech. I'm not gonna count UAPB, the Alpine Pine Bluff, Arkansas Pine Bluff. 34 on Arizona State. I probably shouldn't count that neither. And 58 on Central Michigan. So I'm gonna go over. This is gonna be a high scoring game. That defense is not what it was the last couple of years in Oklahoma State. They're giving up 24 points a game, actually giving up more points than TCU is. Both of these offenses, TCU offense is averaging over 500 yards a game. Both of them averaging pretty much 300 yards passing. TCU is averaging over 200 yards rushing. So, like, they might be legit. I just don't know it. I really -4 is too much for me that I don't know yet. But I do like the total over 68. This could be easily both these teams could easily get in the high 30s.
All right. Marley likes the over. This is my underdog of the week. I'm riding with Oklahoma State and Spencer Sanders and that defense. I've seen TCU play. They like to thread the needle. Duggan, he's doing his thing at the quarterback position in the air and on the ground. But I didn't like what I saw on the road against Kansas State. Against Kansas with the backup quarterback coming in. I saw some flaws, and Oklahoma State do play defense. Okay,
I think Kansas is legit,
I think
though.
Spencer Sanders, he's I ain't taking it away from him. But typically games like that, when you're going back and forth shooting out, and then boom, you just get out of there with that victory. The game definitely could have been different if their quarterback would have stayed in the game. But like with all that talking about, I'm taking Oklahoma State with the money line right now. They just got the better quarterback. I mean, that's question. That's questionable. That's definitely subjective.
I like
dude, but they definitely got the better defense. Well, Sanders can get a little Bo Nix at times.
I mean,
so that's my
concern. Points per game. Think that means anything? I mean, it's barely.
How many points they giving up?
1 point. Huh?
What I like Okie State. I don't want to stay on this too long because time's running out. I got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I like Okie State with the money line. Me, please. Shout out to my boy Shakur Money Lines. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to go kind of rapid fire on these last two. Don't even know if Marley has a pick for this. But Clemson taking on Florida State. This game's going on 7:30 Eastern Standard Time at Doak Campbell Stadium, aka Bobby Bottom Field. Clemson 6-0 on the year, 3-3 against the spread, going against the Florida State Seminoles, who are 4-2 on the year, 4-2 against the spread. Should have won that game against NC State on the road, but just couldn't finish. Novell be tripping. The line opened up at 7.5 in favor of Clemson, and it's gone all the way down to 3.5. A lot of money was coming in on Florida State. The total opened up at 50.5 right now. That line's at 51. There are some 51.5 out there as well. Just quick actual factuals about both teams, just that pertain to each other. Clemson is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games against Florida State, and 6-0 straight up in the last 6 games against Florida State as well. But Florida State is 9-3 straight up in the last 12 games whenever Clemson comes to their house. So with that being said, Marley and Brian Breeze, defensive lineman, he is questionable for this game. But there are some injuries. Winston Wright, he's questionable for Florida State for this game. And wide receiver Darian Williamson, he's questionable as well. So with that being said, Marley, do you have a play for this one?
No, I don't got no play. I'm off this game.
Marley does not have a play for this one. This game, as for myself, this game, Florida State can win. I think Florida State has the tools that they can win. That's my email, my work email. But this is going to suck. But I'm riding with Florida State with these points, 3.5.
Of course you are.
Clemson been cutting it close, real close. You're coming back in town. I'm riding with my Seminoles plus the 3.5. I think they got the tools that can beat Clemson outright. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. This is Marley Bet. Be sure to hit that like, subscribe, follow. We almost at 2,000, Marley. If you ain't, not 2,000, I'm sorry.
15.
I'm sorry, I'm tripping. 1,200. I'm tripping.
It's okay.
But we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. This is Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets, and that's to get to our last college football game of the day. And we going to the West, y'all. We talking about the USC Trojans taking on the Utah Utes. This game's going down 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at Rice Eccles Stadium. The Trojans are 6-0 on the year, 4-2 against the spread, while the Utah Utes, they're 4-2 on the year, 4-2 against the spread. This line did open up in favor of the Utah -3. Right now, that line is at -3.5, and the total opened up at 59.5. There has been a lot of movement. That line is now sitting at 65. All right, let's get to the actual factuals for the game. USC, to start off with them. They are 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games, 6-0 in the last 6 games straight up, 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games against Utah. The others hit 4 of the last 5 games when SC is on the road. Utah's 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games whenever they host the USC, and they I'm sorry, my bad. I apologize. They are 11-0 straight up in the last 11 games at the crib, 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games whenever they host a Pac-12 conference opponent. So, with that being said, Marley, West Coast, Utah Utes, USC, do you have a play on this one?
I do. I have the over 65.
You on totals this week, boy. You on these totals this week, my boy.
Feeling it.
You got nothing but overs.
Nothing but overs. It's college. It's college football. There's no defense being played. These guys are not strategically trying to stop other teams.
Stupid coaches doing stupid stuff.
Stupid coaches' decisions. Only thing that kill us is college kickers will have a bunch of missed field goals in games. But ain't nobody solely is going out there like, we finna shut this shit down. That's not what they do in college. Both these teams are averaging 40 points. Both these teams are averaging over 450 yards. Both these teams are averaging over 250 yards. SC's averaging 278. Both are averaging over 155 rushing yards. Both teams are allowing 350 yards plus. So it's going to be a lot of scoring. Both these teams are damn near allowing 20 points, and they really haven't played. Like, this will be SC's first time facing a offense like this, in my opinion. With the exception of Utah, they did play UCLA, and I was on the over in that game, and that game went over. We had a 74 at UCLA in Utah. So I expect a lot of that, like a 40-32, 40-35. I don't know. Could be close. I think I picked Utah to win this conference in our conference breakdown. But I like what Lincoln Riley has been doing at SC. And this is what I expected. Offense, quick turnaround, boom. It's going to take time with that defense, but the talent that he's about to get at USC is back. If they're not back right now, they will be back. Because the talent that he is about to get going forward is crazy. USC, I don't know, I got to be quick, my bad. USC over, USC plus 3.5.
Oh, you like the points? Are you doing the over, or is that just
I'm taking point. I was just a lean, but I'll tell you, put it official for 3.5. I like the 3.5 because I like USC to win, honestly. All right.
Well. To kind of piggyback on what you said real quick, they got talent coming in, and they brought in a lot of talent. Transfer who hit the transfer portals on offense and defense. So USC is back, and USC is back with the talent. Addison doing his thing at the receiver position. All those freshmen, they starting to shine a little bit, get a little bit more comfortable and familiar with the offense and the style of play of Lincoln Riley. I like USC money line. Now, the last time they did go on the road and play like against Oregon State, it was scary, but I think that was their first road game.
Oregon State has the best.
I think
in their conference.
True that, but they snuck away with it. Now they're talking about this Utah team with all these returners that came back this year, but we'll see. But I'm right there. I'm sprinkling in some crack on the money line. Not even sprinkling it. I'm dumping that thing. Boom! USC money line is my official play. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Before we get to our NFL segment of the show, Marley's plays. He's like Baylor and West Virginia over 54, Penn State plus 7, Bama, Tennessee over 65.5, Oklahoma State and TCU over 68.5, USC and Utah over 65, and he likes USC plus the 3.5. Is that
Marley totals?
As far as myself, I'm going with my Thursday night game. Baylor buying the point -3. Penn State plus 7. Tennessee plus the 7. If Bryce ain't playing, that's money line all day. I like Oklahoma State as my underdog money line. Florida State, I'm just being prideful with the 3.5 because I really like Clemson on that one, but I just think Clemson ain't been really playing too well. Florida State just got to, I think McConnell at not McConnell, but the quarterback at Wake Forest is way better than DJ Big Cinco at Clemson. So they were just a victim of that, plus that scheme with the mesh, the delayed mesh. So Florida State plus 3.5 and USC money line. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That is Marley Bets, and we are going to try to wrap it this NFL. If you don't mind, do you mind? If you don't mind, if not, you got your boy. We got our boy Jo in the background if he wants to join it with you. But we're gonna jump right over to this. What did he say?
Nah, he's just laughing. We good. We can rapid fire. Like I said, I have to check out the shorts if we want to do. If they want to do.
Yeah. Be sure to check us out in our shorts. So we right here on the NFL. Let's start off with a Thursday night game. The Commanders taking on the Bears. 8:15 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. Commanders 1-4 on the year. 1-4 against the spread. Taking on the Bears 2-3 on the year, 2-2-1 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of the Commanders -1. Right now it's sitting at a pick 'em. And the total opened up at 40. Right now that line's at 37.5. Injury reports, because that really is what matters at this point for the NFL teams. And questionable. Logan Thompson, tight end, he is questionable for this game. David Mayo, linebacker, he's questionable for this game as well. Carson Wentz is probable with his shoulder. He's going to be playing. Jonathan Williams, questionable last game with a knee injury. Let's see. Elford, I know I probably said that right. Eifert. He's questionable for this game. Jahan Dotson from Penn State, he's questionable for this game as well. Percy Butler, safety, is questionable also. For the Bears, Injury reports right now, they definitely look like they are much, much healthier than them. N'Keal Harry, wide receiver, he is questionable for this game. Jalen Johnson, cornerback, is questionable as well. And DeCane, Krookie Shank, however you say it, he's questionable for this game as well. Get to these trends real quick that matter for both teams. Washington 5-1 against spread in the last 6 games against Chicago, 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games against Chicago, but 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games on the road. The Bears are set 5-12 straight up in the last 17 games, but the unders hit 7 out of the last 10 at the crib. The overs also hit 5 out of the last 6 games against Washington. 0-9 against spread in the last 9 games at the crib. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games against opponent from the NFC Conference. So, Commanders taking on the Bears. Marley, do you have a play for this one?
Thursday night football, home team and the under. Can't fuck with that under at 37.5, but I'll take the Bears.
You like the Bears, all right? Yeah, right there. Thursday night games. This is a low number, but with all those injuries and with it just being a Thursday night game, short on the road, I got to go with the Bears too, money line. So we are both on the same thing right there. Yeah, hey, we appreciate it.
This nigga freeze up. We're all in on the Bears. All right, till Coach come back, I'm gonna keep it going because it got to be rapid fire. So when he come back, he can just jump in, pick it back up where I left off. Bam. Next game we finna talk about is Bills and Chiefs. That line is at the Bills -3. Chiefs at the crib. Chiefs +3 is what we should be saying. Totals at 54. And couple actual factuals really quick. I'll run through them all. Buffalo 9-2 straight up in their last 11, but 2-6 ATS in the last 8 games against Kansas City. 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games against Kansas City. 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games against an opponent from the AFC conference, though. Total has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games when playing on the road against Kansas City. Over in 4 of the last 5 games against an opponent from the AFC conference West Division, but under in 4 of their last 5 games. Coach, don't try to disappear. I'm gonna bring your ass back now. Same thing, man. I ain't gonna book the trend that I've been going with all day. Did y'all see it? Mahomes come back. I know we fucked up a lot of people spread with that, with the way that game came about. But did you see that motherfucker come back from 17 down? I took the motherfuckers, caught them on the money line down 17-0 with +140 something. Eat that hoe out. Yeah, because that -7 had me hot, lost that hoe, but you know, made up for it with that money line. So I'm gonna take the over. Surprise, surprise. This is gonna be an offensive game. We already see what kind of shit we getting from the refs. I think the NFL even want this to be. This is gonna be what is it? What time start is this game? Is this I hope this is a prime time game. I know the NFL not crazy. They gotta make it a prime time game.
Mike, check. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, it's just a regular afternoon game.
This is the afternoon game. Yes, sir. Hey, man.
I'm over.
Can you hear me? My mic good?
You good. I'm on the over. Lean Chiefs +3, but officially put me on the over. You know what? Officially put me on the Chiefs +3, man. I like that. Give me 3 points with Mahomes. I'll take a field goal at the crib. But I really like that over. Put me on that. I think Buffalo still might be banged up on defense. Let me look at this injury report real quick. Injuries. And they just can't. Them boys can't beat Mahomes. Them boys 2-6 straight up in the last 8 games against Kansas City. That's just what they do. Safeties out. Jordan Poyer out. Micah Hyde, Nick. Jordan Poyer is questionable. Crowder is questionable. They probably gonna play though. Isaiah McKenzie questionable. Tremaine Edmonds is questionable. Hamstring. That's not good though. Hamstring. That can get nicked up anytime. Andre Smith. He can't return to week 8. Knox, the tight end, is questionable. He probably plays. The rest of these people been out. Cornerback Christian Benford is questionable. Got a hand injury. don't know, man. I like the Chiefs. I really like the Chiefs. I like Chiefs plus 3, but I really like this total. In love with the total. Officially put me on the total. I guess no mas for coach. I don't know what happened now. But let's keep this shit moving. All right, that's crazy. All right, really quick, Patriots and Browns. All right. I'm not on this game. This was the game. When the game Coach put on, I'm not fucking with this game. I like just talk about it real quick though. I like, Bill Belichick defense, go shut that shit down. With the Browns. The Browns, I can't take the Browns as a favorite. Not the way they be playing. Hell no, not minus no 3 points. Even though they are at the crib though. I can't remember what happened with them last week. Did they lose? No. I like Zappy. I think Zappy. I think that boy might be better than Mac Brown. I still take Zappy. Zappy over Brissett. Give me Zappy. I'll take Zappy. I think I might take Zappy over Mac Jones. That nigga was lighting it up at Western Kentucky last year. Yeah, but like, no. Bill Belichick, go stop that shit. What's the one thing? Nah, he gonna stop the one thing they do good. Who? New England? Yeah, nah, they giving up a $138. Oh no, rush allowed. I see you. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I mean, you saying should I lean under? Yeah, but I'm not fucking with that 42. Yeah. Yeah, but nah. I'm just gonna stay away. Stay away. This has stay away written all over it. Browns as a favorite at the crib. Them boys, they battled the Chargers, but like, he can't come back to like that nigga can't come back to like week. Yeah, they got another 5-6 more games. You can't even say that nigga name right now. So that's what's that guy that used to be in Houston. Temple Pope. Yeah, I'll see. Nah. No, the rest of that statement. I like the football player. I don't like his actions though. KK condone those, whatever they may be. Big game. Let's move on off that shit. Divert. Get off away from this conversation. Big game. Got those Cowboys and the Eagles. Big divisional game. I think that's Sunday night football. That's gonna be lit. The Philly is a -6 favorite at the crib. The total is at 42. Let me get to these actual factuals real quick. I kind of don't even really want to read them. Just talk about what's going on. But that's what we do. Sometimes the trends matter. So let's just check them out real quick. For Dallas, 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. This camera is so close to me. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. The total has gone under in. Let me fix you a little bit. Yeah. Total has gone under in 5 of the last 6 games. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games. 7-2 ATS in their last 9 games against Philly. 7-2 straight up in their last 9 games against Philly. 6-0 straight up in their last 6 games on the road. 14-3 ATS in their last 17 games against an opponent from the NFC conference. 8-0 straight up in their last 8 games against an opponent from the NFC East division. In other words, Dallas owns the division and the Eagles. Philly, their totals have gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC conference. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC East. division. And their totals have gone under in 4 of the last 6, over in 6 of the last 7 at the crib, but under in 5 of the last 7 when playing at home against Dallas. All right. So at the end of the day, this shit gonna come down to, can they block Michael Parsons like every other team can? I like Philly, but I don't know if I like Philly -6. So I roll with the Cowboys against the Rams. They played everybody on their schedule.
Yeah, but I mean, they ain't nobody. Arizona, Jacksonville, Washington, Minnesota, Detroit.
Who Dallas played?
Shit, maybe Cincinnati.
What's Cincinnati?
Who is?
Yeah.
The niggas that just left the Super Bowl last year?
That was last year.
Yeah, I mean, I bet they be up in that motherfucker, be in the region this year.
No.
Shit, they don't make playoffs?
Maybe as a wild card, because that extra wild card.
That's region.
I mean, Philly gonna make the playoffs.
But I'm saying they that's better than everybody on Philly. Like who Philly gonna play? Arizona, Jacksonville.
I'm saying they both ain't played nobody, because I don't think I took Dallas +5 in the Rams game. I also took. I actually been Dallas.
Dallas beat them niggas. Shit, they beat the Rams.
I'm not high on. I mean, I'm not high on either one of these teams.
I just feel like Dallas, to be Dallas, that showed me more playing what I did against who they gonna play as opposed to what I done seen out of Philly. Philly, I'm more. It's just like it looked cute to me, but like I ain't seen it really up against nothing.
So you gotta believe you're Jalen Hurts.
I like what I see, but I'm just not. I ain't seen it up against nothing yet. Like I don't.
But you rocking with Cooper Rush.
No. I'm not rocking with Cooper Rush. I'm staying off of that. I definitely. I can see maybe this Dallas +6.
Yeah, I can see the points.
Maybe even a Philly first half minus 3-4 or something.
Philly first half, I think they're the highest scoring team in the second quarter. Somebody can look that up. I'm pretty sure I'm right there. I'm gonna say shit when I'm wrong like that.
Minus 3.5.
Philly will win. The D is better. You think Philly defense is better than Dallas defense? Dallas defense is nice. I like the. I mean, it's a lot of it is Parsons and his ability to rush the passer, and his ability to cover your slot receiver for 30 yards downfield and rush the passer. But I don't know if they better. I do like big Philly. Yeah, Philly nice. We can look at the numbers. The numbers say, Philly 17.6 a game, Dallas 14.4 a game. Both allowing slightly over 300 yards. Dallas allowing 337. Philly's allowing 319. Both allowing barely over 200 yards passing, and both barely going over allowing 100 yards rushing. So statistically speaking, they're both, right there. Philly giving up a field goal more. Defensively, Cooper Rush hasn't won against nobody's defense, but Jalen Hurts ain't win against nobody's defense neither. So, yeah. I would go Cowboys plus the points. I probably would lean Philly first half though. Because Philly, I'm pretty sure they are leading the league in scoring in the second quarter. They normally jump out and then teams come back on them in the second half after the adjustments have been made. So the thing is, Dallas defense is fucking good, man. I don't know SBR. Dallas defense is good. Darius Slay is a beast, but it's not like Dallas be throwing the ball all over the place. So that's the thing. Like Slay goes shut down CeeDee Lamb. All right, but shit, CeeDee Lamb ain't did shit all season anyway. So they not winning because of CeeDee Lamb and Cooper Rush. They winning because they've been toting that pill. Oh, I call it what that his name, Cooper Rush? Oh. I'm taking Jalen all day, but they don't go through Cooper Rush. They just ask him to make like a throw here or there. I'm not saying the Dallas is going to win the game by no means. So let's not trying to put me on that side. Everything's not about being against each other, SBO. I'm just saying they can cover the 6 with that defense. I think Philly wins. No doubt in my mind, I think Philly wins. But covering the 6, so close to a touchdown. I probably would say bet it now. Oh, that's great, sports gambler. Yeah, tease that shit. I can see that. Tease it. Oh, I think I like that teaser too. I did a teaser last week and it hit. KC plus the 10, Chicago plus the 7, Dallas plus the 13. I like that, sports gambler. Yeah, I mean, so when you do a teaser, you have to do multiple games. You have to have at least 2 picks. Gotta be part of the teaser. Sorry. I like that. I'm gonna tell that officially. I'm gonna write that whole down because I like that sports. I like that sports gambler. I appreciate that one. KC, Chicago, and Dallas on a teaser. That's nice. That's nice. We hit that. We coming back celebrating. We got down sports gambler. That's his ticket. I appreciate that one, Nolan, brother. I like that one. I like that one. I'm gonna tell that. All right, Monday night game. Before we get out of here, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I am tired of seeing this nigga on TV. God damn, no fucking Russell Wilson. This nigga is on TV. This nigga been on prime time more than anybody. And I gotta hear my wife say Russie all fucking night. Russie. She like that nigga. Sierra, he's like he's a fucking cornball. I like Russell, but he is a cornball. But he ain't been playing like shit. He been playing like shit this whole year. Boy, Scruff McGruff on here. Scruff McGruff. All right, man. Yeah, them niggas. Oh man, dog, it's been bad football to watch. It's like I don't know if. And see, my thing with this, and I was talking to my boy Al. Shout out that boy Al Duval, man. That boy out there coaching and literally doing amazing things with the kids. Shout out to homie Al. We was talking about because I think he must be a Broncos fan because he was pissed after that game last week that they lost. We were going back and forth on Facebook. Russ didn't just forget how to play football like this year. Like that man been in the league 10 plus years and playing good football. Oh, bro, the offense has looked so bad. He's made some bad reads. He's missed some guy. He missed the touchdown. They should have won the game. He missed the touchdown to win the game, and he threw the pick to give the ball. Not the Broncos. Who the fuck did they play? To give. Give me 1 second. To give like the Colts. The Colts the chance to win in overtime last week. They lost 12-9. They just scored no touchdown. He played terrible. He threw 2 picks. It was awful. It was pretty bad to watch. I'm not gonna lie. They was talking about how bad that football was, like how the NFL should be ashamed of themselves. Like just that game, that was so bad. Nobody scored no touchdowns. The game was 12-9. It's all field goals. It was bad. It was pretty bad. But the Broncos, man, I mean, the defense is balling. 16 points a game, giving up right at 100 yards rushing, barely giving up right at 200 yards passing, only giving up 300 yards a game. I think Surtain is hurt. Somebody's hurt in the secondary. I remember seeing. Can't really remember. Meanwhile, the reason this game is like both of these coaches are in question. The Chargers coach does some of the worst. He makes some of the worst coaching decisions. He coaches like he is on the Madden. That nigga will go for it 4th and 2 on his own 25. bro, what you doing? I'll punt the ball. Field goal, them niggas here taking no field goal. Nah, the analytics say it's a 53% chance that we win the game if we go for it right here. So we going for it. And then your quarterback got bruised ribs. So he just be taking too many risks from me. I am completely 100% off of this game. Off of this game. This is too terrible ran NFL coaching right now. I'm not gonna say organizations, but the coaches of both these teams have me in question. I lean under just because the Chargers can score, but the Broncos can't. And both of these defenses are actually pretty goddamn good, statistically speaking, this year. So I already gave you the info on the Broncos. The Chargers defense, I won't say it's good. Maybe I misspoke. They not letting you run the ball, but you can throw that hole. They giving up over 250 yards passing. They giving up 130. They're decent. They can't run the ball offensively, but so I don't take teams with negative point differentials. That's one reason why I can't take the Chargers, which is another reason why I'm off the game. So I can't take the Chargers because they give up more points than they score. I can't take the Broncos because they can't score and their coach sucks. And I don't know what's going on with them offensively. And the Chargers -5, no. So I'm off. Maybe lean under just because the defenses is so good. But, man, it's like one of those watch. Maybe bet that whole live or something. It's a teaser weekend, fellas. Yeah, I like that. I'm riding with that whole sports gambler for sure. I'm riding. You ain't got to tell me twice. I like it. All right, I'll go. You put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I'll go check it out. I might have missed it. He said he had a college one. Oh, I see it. Let me see. Penn State +14. I like Penn State. Oklahoma State +10.5. Oklahoma State, excuse me. Tennessee +14.5. I'm over Tennessee. I like it. USC +10.5. I feel like that Oklahoma is just, but they're not gonna. West Virginia's not gonna beat Oklahoma by 10.5 points though. So yeah, I do like that. I like that too. Like that one too. All right, people, man, that's it for your boy today, man. We're gonna do some shorts on some games that we didn't cover. Y'all make sure y'all check those out. Coach have to go back and coach. I gotta go pick up the kids here in a second. Let me get this shit together right here. And as always, man, we appreciate everybody that tuned out in this motherfucker. See if I remember how to do this shit. I am Marley Bets, and this is Brothas N Bets, and may the odds ever be in your favor. And as always, people, let's beat Vegas. I'm out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom. Ain't no problems. We gon' make a way. Got